A very wonderful, loving hello to all of you for a new Dear Reiki. And we ask the question, will he reach out to you again? No matter how long you haven't been in contact, whether it's been weeks, months, or maybe even years, but there's something that still occupies your mind. The question is, will he reach out again? Maybe you've messaged him a few more times and haven't received any response from him. And you want to know, will there be another chance? What? Will he or she reach out to you again? We grasp the most present energy, the energy of the now, and connect with the question of whether he will reach out to you again. And you dear ones, you know we are in this together as a collective. Person cards are gender neutral, and a collective reading cannot resonate with everyone. And I know you will take exactly what resonates with you and let go of everything else from this collective reading. And a very lovely, wonderful hello to all of you, a warm hug to you, and once again, a charming thank you for your kindness, your wonderful, loving comments, your appreciation for me and my work. Thank you for your loyalty. You are wonderful. And I'm sending you all so much love, so many beautiful moments, and so many happy feelings. And to everyone who is not doing so well, I wish everything. Imagining love for recovery, for healing, and lots of happy feelings. So, and now I would say, let's go. Let's see what's going on. Okay? So, let's take a look. Will your person of the heart, your treasure, your desired partner, will he or she reach out to you again? Great. We have the mountain, right? There were difficulties. He or she had difficulties, problems. Maybe there were really issues between the two of you, your connection with each other. From the outside, there has always been something going on. We are definitely dealing with blockages. And something or someone is also holding us back. Us. There it is. Yes, we have a bit of a delay. It's about beating resistance. So something is going on here too. Now I'm really curious, I'm totally curious myself, what we can still see here. What resistance is here? What exactly is the resistance? So somehow he keeps hesitating about it. But he is also taking a lot with him. So that's how it is. We have the mice, we have this, there is a sorrow. Something is still here. Something is also a topic that involves sorrow. But something is also being taken away here. So I would say these difficulties, this problem, this blockage, we are actually enjoying the blockage here, that it is really being diminished here, that something is also being taken away. So movement can already be seen here, even if it might be a bit slow. A delay, yes, but indeed. Because from the feeling it torments him, something is weighing on him, occupying his mind. And now I can't help but smile because we already have the letter. Okay. So, as you can see, it's definitely about communication. It's about messages, and that's what it's related to. Something or someone, as I said, something is being blocked here. He is blocking himself. And there is some kind of resistance. The resistance he still has. Of course, you dissolve the resistance. You know, we're going to dive really deep here. He's very much preoccupied with it. Also something, that's such a tormenting feeling too. But in the end, he also knows or feels deep down, there is somehow a need for action. Blockage, need for action, yes. Let's look. We'll take another look then. And then we really dive deep into it to see everything else that's going on here. What I want to show here Three, it's about stability. There's troubling him going on inside. Stability. There's something here that's also bothering him, something that's going on inside him. What's happening here in the strengthening of your bond, your connection, bothering him. And he also has past issues, yes. There's something here, as I said, I'm really focusing on the attachment now, purely between the two of you. But there is to see growth because something is developing as well. And yet there's still something in the area that he has some kind of attachment or connection to the past. So there's still something off here, either with him or with her. Let's look. I find it really, really exciting already, as I said. I'm always really curious about it myself, just like in every single personal reading. And I'm sure some of you have already noticed that I always get really into it myself in the readings. And we have, as I said, the blockage. There's some kind of barrier, something here that's blocking him, as I said. And so either there was a discussion or an argument between you two, both some kind of confrontation. But there's something, as I said, a little shirt here too, with confrontation. Something here has to do with the confrontation. Maybe it's the confrontation with oneself. Let's take a look. And then I'm curious too, can tell, because here regarding the time tendency, I believe in this context, I can share that. So let's take a look. Yes, well, his insecurity is really emphasized a lot. Okay. So, no, that wasn't because of the insecurity, but because I just saw you here, especially in the position I have you lying here now. How you are lying here in front of me. That's what I mean by that. Well, I have to smile already, because the layout is already totally fantastic again. So somehow he's also super sweet, right? Because no matter what he told you, no matter how long ago it was, totally, totally, totally irrelevant. I'm telling you, you occupy his mind more than you realize or than you might think. Even if you have no contact, you tell yourself, okay, there's no contact. Has he forgotten me or something? No, definitely not here. None. With him, it's like this. The barrier, the contact with you, he already has the contact with you in his mind, in his thoughts. We only have one blockage. And yes, the blockage is that you confront him with something here. On one hand, you know, collective. That's why I always have to take the whole thing a bit more broadly, because we are in the collective, and that's what blocks him. And those are, I don't want to say, those are fears that he's, so I have more of this barrier too, because he's a bit like a game of hide and seek somehow, but I'm going to hide for a bit. Because a little part of me thinks that he says something here, so maybe you figured something out. You confront him, those are just a few thoughts, and there really is this, he doesn't really know what to do. When you confront him with something, as I said, because we don't have an innocent little lamb lying around here, and that's how it is. I have the dishonesty. Maybe he didn't tell you something in hindsight or during the time when you had the connection. And that's what really occupies him. Because basically the attraction from him to you is so strong. And his thoughts are with you. Because he has that, I have to say, a little smirk here. He really has the message on his mind. So I say exactly as close as I have it all laid out here, that he has the phone in his hand and he's thinking, yeah, should I write? He's already scrolling. Above all, he's watching you too. Yeah. We really have an observer here. So it doesn't matter if you're blocked or whether it's on the internet or anything else. Even in public, please, we are in the collective. Please transform this for yourselves. I just simply have the internet, the phone, I just have it lying here. That's why I'm bringing this up. These are all just examples. But he really does take the phone, the device in his hand, and then looks at it. For example, are you online, or what have you written online? Or he's looking at photos, because I keep having those images. Maybe he's looking at photos. Something, could it be that he's looking for you somewhere on social media? Even if you block him or something, he's slithering through there somewhere because something wants to come out. Because he's endlessly curious. It could also be that you just get a like or a heart or something. If it's social media, if we take social media out of the equation, we have the public, so that he really looks there as well. For example, you always go, just as an example, to the same baker or shop there all the time, that he also takes a look there. Somehow you're there. Somehow something like that, because he really wants to see you. He knows how to go about it. And now we have the next point. It's also like this, that occupies one or the other. Because no matter how things ended up between you two here, I mean, that wasn't exactly the polite way to handle things for some of you. And it's like this when you have contact. Maybe it was like this. You wrote a lot and he didn't respond at all. He just kind of slipped away, maybe even undressed and didn't respond anymore. Or did he write something clumsy to you? Oh, like a broadside given here. And with him, it's like that. He's sorry about that. But he's not really good at this whole apology thing. He's more likely to try to sneak through somehow through not just one back door, but to go through 10 back doors here and to distract from all sorts of other things so that it doesn't get brought up anymore or something like that. And as I said, with some of you, I see that it's here when you have contact. It's just a little hint for you. Your situation, you're warning it for yourself, please. So if it doesn't concern you right now, it's completely okay. It's also the point that you might always be giving him sadness, like I miss you or I'm so sad. We're really in the energy here. And he can't handle that. So I'm saying it could have been a topic that he, for example, also dealt with topics from you where you were sad, where you had difficulties or something like that. It was sad that he maybe couldn't be so empathetic towards you. Maybe he then distracted himself a bit or, thought it'll be fine or brought something funny into it. Where you actually thought, well, it would have been really nice if you just take me in your arms properly right now and say something. This empathy, this sensitivity, because I was a bit tactless there, here lies a little one. A little emotional block is coming from that direction. And this inaction and then it's like he simply can't handle it. Well, it burdens him. It's not that he's cold or that he doesn't care about it. No, it's just that he can't handle it. So I'm saying that it definitely has something to do with his past, but I don't see in this layout what it exactly was. And I always say everything that the cards show in each individual reading, but here that's why I can't say anything more about it. But it's definitely a topic because I've always blocked him here. I can't. It's like he has a barrier and then can't really get out. Always blocked is you're definitely on his mind and he's thinking about it. So it's like, okay, now I'm writing this, now I'm doing that. Or I'm just here in front of the workplace, in front of this store or anything else. And then it's like, I'm doing this. And then just in that direction, right before you put on your shoes, or the phone really sends the message away now. It's like, oh no, then he becomes insecure. Take off the shoes again, delete everything on the phone again, and set it aside and keep watching TV. But still, I find him restless, again and again lying because he wants, and it doesn't let him be at peace. So even if he says now, okay, it's settled, okay, then I won't text him, then I'll just keep watching TV or do something else to distract myself, that doesn't work. Because I always have him completely restless lying here. So this doesn't let him at peace. Because somehow it's like there's this twitching in his fingers again and again that he writes to you or calls because he misses you too. And that's his block, this barrier that he keeps facing. He can't really handle it. So that's for him himself. It's a hurdle. Those are his own blockages. Those are his own problems. His own insecurity. And as I said, this barrier that keeps coming up, because sometimes it's also like this because she can't really argue anymore. Could it be that he threw something at you like that? But it was a knee-jerk reaction. But I definitely have communication between you two again. Both are lying. I even have visitors at home, and I've noticed the change there. And those are his blockages. After this submission, I really see that the biggest part here is really already taken care of, and he's processing it for himself. He has processed it. I mean, he really likes to push things away a bit, and he has some really strong problems because he knows that he cut off contact with you or that he blocked you, hasn't reached out. No matter what it was about, he knows it was wrong what he did. He knows it. He just has, as I said, a bit of a barrier with his apology. But he keeps having those thoughts. They just won't let him go. The thoughts keep coming back to you. What are you doing? What are you doing? How are you? Have you maybe met someone else? He knows he hurt you. He knows he disappointed you. He knows that I have that on a conscious level with him. And you are absolutely the central focus for him and also the contact with you. It's just that he feels a bit guilty. He knows you are really, you gave him everything. It could have been clear, but for him, it's just that he can't handle it. So even if you always want to show so much understanding and have written a lot, and because it came from your heart, it's your warmth of heart. It's with him, he needs a little longer to deal with it. He needs a little time. And I also say, as mentioned, collective setting, that you also tell yourself, okay, I'll tone it down a little bit. Not so understanding anymore. Not right now either, maybe reacting a bit sharply or something like that, depending on how he approaches you. Of course, depending on the situation, but only according to this setting. That you also say, okay, you don't write as much anymore. You're a bit more reserved, more distant, but not completely. It's like this. I always compare it. I like to say it's like a clutch and gas a little bit. When you write, that you also show him that you're doing well and not, I'm not doing well or I'm so sad. I've been waiting so long for your message. I wouldn't recommend writing something like that after this reading. But simply, when he writes to you, when he reaches out to you, no matter how he does it, when he gets in touch with you again, that you really respond and say, "Hi," but nothing more. Because then I really have movement, because I have curiosity from him in this line. That's when the curiosity really kicks in, because he is the one who wants to know what's going on, because he's already been looking around a bit from the back here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Am I getting anything out of this? But he can't really figure anything out. That's not enough for him, or that he doesn't notice anything at all. Yeah. And then we have the salad. So, as I said, you just let it be a bit different here at first. At first, maybe also react when he gets in touch again. And you also look to see if you can try to get a bit into the friend zone. If he's asking, yeah, how are you? It can be a first question. Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Nothing more, so that you're not, that this is so, I experienced that and I experienced that and it was a bit quieter. The whole thing, so I have it here because you have this calmness, you're a bit reserved. Not much writing either. I left him completely thoughtful, as I said. And he doesn't really know what's going on there anymore. As I said, curiosity, I really have that here. What's going on there? Is there maybe someone else? Because that's where the brain really starts to kick into high gear with him. And that's when he really gets into action. Because he wants to know that, and he wants this connection with you because you are really in his heart. I'm definitely telling you, nothing has stopped here. You are in his heart. And I definitely have the message again between the two of you. So this is very close to me. And if I take the time trend again from here, should I take the time trend again? If we look at it from a time perspective, that he or she gets in touch again. So we're about there now. I would say, yeah, good. I still have a bit of a delay that I now say, as I mentioned earlier, let's see in 2 days, but I would say about 2 weeks, 2 months. But as I said, time is always controlled by you. Well, I would say it must have taken a long time already. That's not going to happen anymore. In that area, there's a bit of a delay. That's why I'm not necessarily saying it's exactly 2 days, weeks, months, yes. But it can also be because I have a tiny bit of a delay. It could still be 3 months. So as I said, time is completely in your hands. What else do we have? We have the fish and the snake. Okay, a great connection. We have activity here again. The fish. And there it is. He really wants to spend a lot of time with you. By the way, there's a connection, a spiritual connection between the two of you. And here movement is being shown. A lot of movement is really being shown here. And he will set something in motion here. So there, as I said, let's take another look in this area when you react a bit differently. You're not as reliable as you used to be. And for example, he tells you, let's meet at 2 p.m. And then you say 4 p.m. Something along lines, a little bit, or 3 p.m. Depending on that, just a little bit. Because there he definitely comes in the right way. Everything gets moving and he will set all sorts of things in motion. And that's true. There is an inner being touched in the coming because you still have touched him. You're definitely still there. So what do we have now? It's not that I'm saying you're also not active with him right now or anything like that in his inner self at all. These are his own entanglements, which could involve other people, other women. It's always been a complicated path for him. But he is facing it into renewal to walk this complicated path as well. And it's also like this, he really wants this, as if you have contact and you are back together, connected. And then he also takes this complicated path, no matter, and what stands in the way here? He wants this contact with you. He wants to intensify everything because I already have it completely in healing here. The solution is really already at hand here. So I have it here. Everything is within reach. Dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching, and I wish you a wonderful, beautiful rest of the day. Goodbye.